I don't know whether this is true or not, but I'm saying in a sense that what I'm about to share with you. But you know what I know? What I know, as a matter of fact, is that there is an article released by Sunday World. In this article, Sunday World is basically saying Trump bullying is much needed to wake up clap for South Africa. But the bullying is necessary by America to wake up South Africa. I don't know what to feel about that. But let me read something before I comment. Mosibudi Mangena. Donald Trump is wrecking ball that is throwing the world into a turmoil in the military, trade, diplomacy, international aid, and human decent sense. Let me repeat this word. Donald Trump is a wrecking ball that is throwing the world into turmoil in the military, trade, diplomacy, international aid, and human decency senses. Now listen to this. In the few weeks that he has been president of the United States, he has shaken things so much that many are wondering where the world is going. I'll tell you where the world is going. America will never do something that is not in the interest of America. Forget. America. So if you say where the world is going, we wouldn't have been here if there was an opposition to America. We wouldn't have been here. That's number one. Number two, you may say it's needed for the country. You probably have reasons that we're yet to establish, but I would say, I don't think based on the leadership, right, it's needed. That can be said if the leadership of the country is up to the power. But if the leadership of the country, or if the leadership of the country is found wanting, then the awakening by Donald Trump really doesn't mean anything. I'm telling you, it doesn't mean anything. It will need to. You need to have leaders like Captain Traore. People that seems to love their countries. Then, the ones that we currently have, come on, fam, come on. But, there's one thing that I have.
If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people. Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To click the notification bell, it is free of charge. To share this video, it is free of charge. To watch this video until the end, it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed.
Okay, so the Sunday World continues to say it's overpowering cultural influence in the forms of music, films, fast food, fashion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the case of South Africa, he unceremoniously cut the aid for HIV management and research, affected refugee status to Afrikaners, right? Offered refugee status to Afrikaners who mainly said that they are facing genocide at the hands of the government, and expelled the South African embassy to this country, right? It is constructive to observe the different reaction of other countries that are the receiving end of Trump's school playground bullying with those of South Africa. While we responded with hand wringing supplication, the other countries adopted a self-defense pose that seeks to challenge the bully. After accusing Canada of refusing to be the 51st state of the United, they're failing to curb the smuggling fantasy across the long border the two countries share. Trump slapped the U.S. northern neighbor with 25% trade tariff. I like how this country retaliated in Canada. It cannot be said, some people might hide it, but I will tell you this for free. I like how they retaliated. One of the things that they did was, okay, so we're selling too much of your alcohol in our country. And then they announce an end of that. You will only find alcohol made from Canada. But let's continue. In the case of South Africa, okay, we've recovered that one. To demonstrate the fury, Canadian introduced rhetorical tariff against U.S. goods and mobilize one another to boycott U.S. product and buy Canadian instead. I remember that. Some shop owners were seen removing American food from their shelves. A lot of Canadians cancelled or reduced their travel to the U.S. Singing of the American anthems at sport event were booed by Canadians. Now, now that patriotism is patriotism is in full display. Can you imagine South Africa doing that? We won't do it because there's still the likes of Gate and Mackenzie, so we can't do it. The European through the AU retaliated with tariff on their own against US, scrambled to rearm so they may be collectively be able to defend themselves, opposed to ever resist the US military. Tesla electric cars made by Elon Musk, prominent Trump and other American goods saw their sales in Europe declining sharply as a result of backlash from citizens of that bloc. In addition to responding in kind with tariff on their own against the Americans, the Chinese also decided to restrict the export of rare earth and other minerals critical for the infrastructure of microchips and batteries to power computers, smartphones, and other such advanced technological gadgets. These countries are able to respond robustly to this Donald Trump behavior, right? So they say. So in other words, they are basically saying we have a weak economy which renders us vulnerable to mechanism of Trump. Instead of industrializing and growing our economy, we have it in the last 30 years. I've been doing deindustrialization, shrinking our economy. South Africa talks a lot about reindustrialization, beneficiating of our enormous natural resources, but almost nothing is in practice. Okay, let me give it to them there. I wouldn't disagree with them. I agree with the fact that it is as if politicians know how to sing this nice song, a song that excites the masses, a song that makes them feel a bit of patriotic. I don't know, but it makes them feel good about themselves. That's the bad part about it. However, I will still say, in spite of the things that you've just mentioned, will you still argue that in doing so, you are still awakening the sleeping giant? You are still awakening the leadership? I don't think so. It's me, though. I'm a man born under sin, subject to correction. I think there are certain type of leaders that do well even in this situation. And what's the driving force? Oh, the driving force will be the love for their country. But for now, to think that I'm convinced that we're gonna awake people from their slumber. Ramaphosa has been criticized of being a weak leader. Where is the awakening happening? I'm just asking. Where is the awakening happening? It's one thing to say you are awakening somebody. Oh, a sleeping giant. But it's another thing to actually have that giant. Do we even have the leadership to begin with? I'll leave it there for today. Maybe let me remind you this. Do you remember DA when they describe who their enemy are? MK Party, EFF. One day Helen Zille said, the ANC, it says that EFF knows what it stands for, but ANC doesn't know what they stand for. So they are not scared of ANC, they are scared of EFF, they are scared of MK Party. They have said it out loud that they are not scared of these other ones, they are just scared of these two. So then, who are you awakening if the enemy themselves are saying, this one, we don't care about this one, we care about these two? Who are you awakening? Let me leave it there for today. See you on the next episode. But until then, please take care.